Hey, welcome back. Adam here, the Roof Strategist. We are back with another LockDown Live. Just leave your business card and I'll call you if I'm interested. Today's video is about overcoming this objection because it happens all the time. And as things begin to return back to some semblance of normalcy, we might either be knocking doors or at least talking to people in a more personal setting, even if it's from a distance at the door. And we will hear this. Now, this video was inspired by a fan of the channel. A gentleman emailed me and he says, "Hey, Adam, I have two issues. One is how to deal with people that answer the door saying what? And the other one was, what do you do when they ask you to leave a business card?" Now, before we get into this, I want to just express a little gratitude, say thank you to all of you who've been a part of this channel. Today's milestone, we just hit 3,500, or I just hit 3,500 subscribers on the channel, all thanks to you. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel and you like the content, click subscribe. You'll get notifications when I go live. And second thing is thank you to Karen, another fan of the channel, who emailed me. Kind of teased something at the end. She asked a question at the end of yesterday's LockDown Live when I said that things might be coming to an end in the LockDown Lives as the stay-at-home orders lift in the next coming weeks. I don't have an exact date yet. I'm not doing it like per state. I'm just going to kind of see when everything's open up. And she asked about a way to keep this going. And I said, I've been thinking about potentially putting together a tight-knit community to keep this stuff going. So if you are interested, I can share details. Just email me, adam@roofstrategist.com. Nothing is set in stone yet. I'm gauging interest and sharing some details. We'll take it from there. So thank you all again for being part of this and in creating this magical community that is supporting everybody in the roofing sales industry, owners, salespeople alike. So let's jump right into today's video. Now, what I'm going to teach you, if you've watched my channel, you'll know I'm a big fan of keeping the pen here in your shirt. The reason for that is it's quick. You have it, and I have a horrible memory with things, so I always jot things down like customers' names or an address, a phone number, any little snippet of information I need to remember on my little notepad. And I have used this when I've been in the field training canvassing teams. First, a quick story. I remember when I first started selling and people would say, you know what, just leave your business card, we'll call you if I'm interested. So I was an eager little boy and I would, sorry, I'm joking, I was not a boy, grab my business cards, be like, oh, here you go. And I try to get my little pitch in, and I go back to the office or at home, and like, man, I handed out like 50 business cards today or however many it was. Someone's going to call me. Well, guess what? The phone never rings. It doesn't. Not when you do it like this. And most people don't realize, well, what do you do? And they say, oh, well, I just give my business card. Well, guess what? This is actually an opportunity. What I'm going to teach you is a script and a step-by-step process. You can modify it on your own to use to turn this opportunity of clear rejection. What I call this is kind rejection. These are the nice people that won't say, get off my porch or I'm not interested. They want to let you down nicely because they're good people. So they're going to give you this one. Just leave your business card. I'll call you if I'm interested. So here's what you can do. First, always have your pen handy. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my little notepad. As a makeshift one today because I've been using this digital thing instead of paper. So I'd have my notepad, what I use, clipboard. And when they say, hey, just leave your business card, I'll call you if I'm interested. There are a couple things I want you to start looking at as we overcome this objection. One is that I always have my clipboard handy. I don't care this or something to write with. If you're like the new age person and you use your phone and you take notes on your phone, have this handy. But you need to have something to quickly document the information you will likely get. And you need to use your body language. The other piece, which you've seen me do videos on body language, is you need to use this saying. Do you have any objection? You've heard me use it before. It's one of my favorite one-liners. I did a video, which I'll link to over here at the end or someplace. I don't know how this thing works. Somewhere on this thing, you'll see a link to watch that video once this is live. Once this is on the channel and I can edit it. I'll put a link to that video. But that one-liner is a great tool to help you get invited on the roof for your inspection. And the reason it's so powerful is it breaks down barriers. You go from saying, can I jump on your roof? Right? What's the immediate response? It's going to say no. But what you need to do is guide them into giving you a no that actually means a yes. We call it a negative agreement. Do you have any objection if I hop up on your roof for a quick inspection? It'll take me 15 minutes and I'll show you pictures and I'm done. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, great. They just agreed. They do not have an objection. So it's a really powerful way to get the invitation, and it's not aggressive. And you'll notice on this channel, yes, there are sales tactics, there's tools, there's body language tricks, there's subtle language that you can use, but all it is education and actual connection with people, making people feel comfortable as opposed to forced. Okay, that's the big difference. So here's what you do. When someone says this, which by the way, true story, I only gave business cards to clients, period. Excuse me, customers. I only gave business cards to customers, never anyone else. Now, why is that? Because the chance of them calling me is slim to none. I want to be in control of the process to call them. So I touched on this a little bit in an older video, which you're welcome to watch. It's called How to Stay in Control of the Sale. So here's what you do. They say, hey, just leave your business card and I'll call you. And you can say, you know what? I actually just ran out of business cards. Do you have any objection if I take your name and number for a friendly follow-up call in a few days? And then I sit here silently. So you'll notice a few elements. Let's break this down word for word, body language piece, and then the silence piece, okay? All right, so I've got my pen. You can, however is natural, you could say, I don't have a business card on me, whatever it is. That's the truth. I don't have a business card on me. Do you have any objection if I take your name and number for a friendly follow-up call in a few days? Now write that down. Do you have any objection if I take your name and number for a friendly follow-up call in a few days? Okay, let's break the script down first. First is, do you have any objection? That's putting their guard down. You're waiting. Naturally, you know they're going to say no. So again, in this negative agreement, by using, do you have any objection? And they say no, they're actually agreeing to it. So that's the first element. Second part, if I take your name and number, you're asking specifically for what you need, which is, okay, keywords here is objection. Do you have any objection? So by using it in this way, we know that a no actually means a yes, okay? Then we ask for their name and number. We are clear about exactly what we want from them, which is their name and number. Then we set the crystal clear expectations. So for a friendly follow-up call, okay, which is the next piece. So do you have any objections? So they get to from a guarded no to actually agreeing by saying no means yes. To get your name and number, you tell them exactly what you want for a friendly follow-up call. This is going to come in a second, that you're not pestering them. And then here's the other piece, in a few days. So there's no mystery of what's going to happen. You're going to get their name and number. You're going to call when? In a few days, period. Here's how it all works. So that's the first element, okay? Get my pen back in here. So again, do you have any objection if I take your name and number for a friendly follow-up call in a few days? That's the exact script. You see why each element is there. Very simple. Two subtle pieces. One, you have your pen handy. Two, instead of this confrontational stance, I did a whole video on body language before. If you didn't watch it, I recommend you do it. Really powerful, because right now, this is a boxing stance. We're fighting here. This is a fighting stance. When I blade my stance, this is how we'd walk down the sidewalk, down the beach, walking out to dinner or something, grabbing a beer with a friend. It's casual conversation. It's non-confrontational. So by going from a conversation like this at the door to blading your stance, it softens the body language. The third element is making sure they see your piece of paper, and you sit here and you look down. You do not make eye contact. This is what we call an assumptive body language position, okay? And what I mean by assumptive is we're making the assumption that they will give you that information, their name and number. Okay, and we sit there and wait. And by the way, if at any point you already had it, you just can write their name down and ask for their number. But again, the idea, you want them to see it, just like you can see this right now. And I look down. He who speaks first loses, right, in sales. So by letting that awkward silence loom, do not flip and budge, because chances are they will give you the name and number. Now, quick disclaimer. There's no golden ticket or magic bullet or silver bullet or whatever you want to call it to having this work 100% of the time. It's an unrealistic expectation. Anyone in sales that says this is the thing that will do this all the time is lying. It's people. Nothing is ever 100% consistent. Will you get rejected doing this? Yeah, it'll happen. Will you get numbers that you would otherwise never have gotten? Yes. That I guarantee, because if you do this 100 times and you get 3 numbers and one turns into a sale, well, guess what? Even in those crappy numbers, which I think are really crappy personally, you would then go from literally handing someone a card and sulking and walking off and getting no business and time 100% wasted versus getting that number in the appointment. Make sense? All right. So again, use this every time. If nothing else, this will train you to overcome the awkwardness at the door. I personally use this for one reason only, and I developed this process to help train myself to get comfortable at the door in awkward positions, because I knew the longer I kept them at the door, the higher the likelihood was of starting a conversation and getting to a sale. Okay. So first element, script right here. Okay. Second element, body language. Third element, silence. Wait. Okay. Once you get it, now you know, what did I say? This will come back into play. Friendly follow-up call in a few days. So now we already know that there's a follow-up call. So my next question, once I get the name and number, is say, Peggy, great. So I've got 713-462-8742. I just made that number up. Don't call it, please. And after I get that name and number down, I say, and Peggy, when's a good time for a friendly follow-up call in a few days so I'm not catching you in the middle of supper or putting the kids down or anything? And she says, Wednesday. Great. Wednesday, and what time specifically would be best for you? 3 o'clock. Great. Peggy, I'm going to give you a friendly follow-up call in a few days friendly follow-up call in a few days. On Wednesday, sorry guys, this is what happens when you do things live. Sometimes you mess up. So what I say is I'm going to give you a friendly follow-up call, not in a few days because you just wrote it down, on Wednesday at whatever time I just said because I already forgot it. So again, you restate that it's a friendly follow-up call at a certain date and time that you wrote down. Now the final element is when you call Peggy on Wednesday at 4 p.m. or whatever it is, you use this exact line. Hey, Peggy, it's Adam here, the roof strategist, just giving you a friendly follow-up call from when I was at your door the other Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and wanted to check in and then the and leads into whatever it is that we talked about. So maybe it was, just leave your info, or we don't know where we're at, or I want to talk with my husband. There's usually another objection. So we state, on the opening call, this is a friendly follow-up call from when I was at your door on Tuesday, and then we talked about what comes next, right? What is, you want to talk to your husband, you want to wait for the insurance, whatever it was. I have used this when I caught someone at home, and let's say it's in this scenario, the first story that comes to mind. So it was in a neighborhood I opened up. It was a wife. Husband wasn't home. She says, leave a business card. I'm not interested. And I want to talk to my husband. We'll call you. We don't really know what we're going to do yet. So total rejection. She was being really kind, one of those like behind the door kind of talking things. And I got through. And the beautiful thing is when I called her and said, hey, it's a friendly follow-up call, I was invited back to the house when the husband and wife were there, signed it, got that job, got the neighbors. Beautiful. So it works. So it turns this rejection into a sale. All this is super simple to use, okay? If you need help, there are follow-up scripts in the Marketing Battle Pack. There's links in the description below. I'm going to walk through this one quick time, and then I want to turn my attention to a couple of things that are flying through here that I can't catch up on reading. But it looks like cool stuff, so I'm excited to get there. So a quick recap. When you hear this, when someone wants you to leave a business card so they can call you if they're interested, remember, they're just kindly rejecting you. Secondly, do not ever hand a business card out unless someone pays you. I'm going to get flamed for this. Salespeople are like, you don't leave your contact info? No, I want to be in control of their information. You can even use simple things like, don't have a business card. What's an email? What's the best way for me to get it to you? Because you are now in control of following up. Okay. Other than sitting there twiddling your thumbs, praying that someone's going to call you, because they don't. So you say, do you have any objection if I take your name and number for a friendly follow-up call in a few days? Blade your stance, let them see the paper, be silent, wait for it, get the time and date sent, say it'll be a friendly follow-up call. And then when you call, hey, Adam here with a friendly follow-up call from when I was at your door on Tuesday, and just want to check in, see how things went after you talk with your husband. Cool. Got it. Put it to use. It's a step-by-step strategy. You don't even owe me a dime. All kidding aside, this will work. The common mistakes are being too forceful, not blading the stance, and not using the script as it is. All right, get to it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I'm going to turn my attention here to the comments that are coming in, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You'll get notifications when we go live. Again, thank you all for helping get to 3,500 subscribers. This is awesome. Big day. And the last thing, what was I going to say? Insiders. If you're not on the Insiders email list, pop into it. It's free. You'll get a free copy of my ebook, a bunch of cool information. And if you're interested in the potential tight-knit community that I'm assembling to kind of keep this field as LockDown Live's going, but in a private setting with me and a group setting and a really strong community to support it, I'll share details with you. You can email me, adam@roofstrategist.com. It is in its infancy, and we're feeling out some interest to see if this would be a good thing for everybody. All right. You guys are I love it. So much stuff happening today. So Mike, Adam, your gift working at 300,000 commercial plaza claim. 2 tenants of a plaza are my good friends, and joined this business in March before the lockdown. Mike, a $300,000 project in year 1. Love it, man. Great work. and the fact that you're doing it during all this COVID stuff in the Chicagoland area, and Illinois is on a lockdown order or stay-at-home order, which is great. Jeremy says he's in Florida. Can't wait for hurricane season to begin soon. Got 4 big ones coming. Awesome. It will happen. Well, I say that the season will happen. The hurricanes, maybe, maybe not. Let's see. Adam is a savage. Help me make crazy money. I love hearing that. Thanks, Jeremy. Mike, severe hail smacked my hometown in Skokie and Evanston on April 7th. I used to have family in Evanston. And generating a lot of biz on the Nextdoor app for free. So this is one reason, by the way, what Mike said, this is the power of community. I did another video, I think it was on Friday, that talked about trying new things. And then maybe it was Monday, all these days blurs together, was about the power of community. Using WhatsApp, I've been thinking about, or the Nextdoor app, I'm sorry, WhatsApp's a different one. The Nextdoor app and building that community, engaging in there is really powerful. And one of the great things that I love about this channel is that the people that are participating and that are joining in are not shy to share what's working. And you get to hear not only from me and the people I bring on or talk to or clients I serve, but the collective whole. And I think that's what makes this community and my channel a little different, is the bringing together and the less like boxing glove competing type and more of just supporting each other. So I love that. Thank you, Mike, for sharing that one. And Jeremy said, I use the private groups on Facebook. It's easy. And then I promote as well on Instagram using sponsored ads. Jeremy brings up a point that I've been getting a lot of requests on social media. The private and local community groups are really, really good places to engage in. And it's just important not to spam people, not to put up ads, not to like join the group and then be like, I'm a roofer and I can help you do this. Like, but to start a conversation and respond to posts. So Jeremy, thank you. You'll probably see another video coming here, coming up. Trifecta says, ooh, Oklahoma got hit by tennis ball to baseball size hail. That is awesome. And many deals using these videos and the battle pack. Yeah, love it, man. I love hearing that stuff. And then Mike said, I'm interested in the community group thing. I'm an insider. Awesome. Mike, if you don't hear from me, shoot me an email, Adam@RoofStrategist, and I will send you a little short video with what's inside. And he says, I'm assuming he makes well over 150K. I don't know who you're talking about, but potentially. All right. And then Claim Advisors generate some good leads for us too. 120 a lead, close one, pay for 10. That's true. So that's another thing that I want to just quick chat about is paid advertising for leads can get expensive. And for owners out there, for any sales guys, both an owner and an individual sales rep can pay for leads, right? You can pay canvassers, you can pay people you know to cold call, you can pay people to fill out your stuff, your direct mail, using the battle pack or your own letters that you write. There's a lot of different, then there's obviously digital advertising. You could pay someone to run your own Facebook ads. They can get expensive. So it's important that you close them and you have a system to convert that inbound lead that you paid for into a set exact time and date appointment. You follow up, you make sure they're ready for you, you warm them up, send any information. By the way, a little tip, and this is included in the battle pack. I'm going to tell you what's in what to do no matter what. If you have the battle pack, use it. If you don't have the battle pack, you can get access to it. And if you're in a position where you can't afford it, I'm going to tell you what to do. In that email, when you get that lead that comes in, I call it pre-selling or warming up for the sale. You want to send an email out, and this is in the email folder for production job updates. I'm going off the name of the folder in the battle pack, but it's the first email, and it's to confirm the appointment. And this will really help you warm up that lead, because most folks, they set the appointment, they never hear from anyone, right? It's like, oh, we'll be there at 3 o'clock on Tuesday. And you might get a reminder call. But an email is an incredible opportunity to send something and say, here's what will happen. Here's my commitment to you. And here's a little bit about us. Keep it short, keep it sweet. But that way they're like, wow, their service is great. And by the way, I experimented in the past. I had an old partner. We had a little program we put together that helped warm these leads up. We had a little video and it was really neat. And it said, hey, I just want to include a picture so you know who's at the door. I'll be in, by the way, during the COVID-19 thing, like I'll be in a mask. We don't need to see each other, but set the expectations of what, is it a no contact inspection, which I assume so. But either way, when you warm that lead up, when they meet you, they're going to be one step further into knowing you, liking you, and trusting you. And it's awesome. So I hear one. I'm going to get on his level. I got my notepad and pen. I love it. And let's see here. Ralph says, went to an inspection with 2 other roofing companies there. Ooh, I've been there, man. So 3 groups. I was polite and gave the homeowner a letter from your battle pack and got a call the next day. Boom. I love that. Before I move into the next comment, what that means, by the way, when you are there competing with other people, Ralph, thank you for leading with integrity. I have seen roofers just get like battling each other. And guys, the homeowner is going to choose who they like, who they trust. It's your opportunity to rise up and connect on a real level and educate them. You did it with integrity, man, and I love it. And again, this is the power of a letter and why I truly believe plain white paper works, because it stands out from the marketing stuff. I bet you, Ralph, that all the other roofers handed them like overly produced marketing material, which just screams, my marketing material, buy from me. And when you do a letter, it's like, I've taken the time to craft a personal message to you. And that's why all the letters in the battle pack and the ones that are working, by the way, that guys are writing, they're all personal. They're all written I, not we, right? It's you, it's Michael, it's Ral, right? It's Adam, whoever it is sending you the letter, not like we here at so-and-so doing so company are doing this for our, it's very personal. Like you'd write an email to your mom, to your best friend, whatever. I love it. Ralph says, I expanded on your letter concerning my compliance with COVID-19 and I was professional. Awesome. There's no harm in making some edits. And again, I did a video, the 5 elements of successful direct mail to get roofing leads. It was maybe last week. This whole Lockdown Live series just feels like one long video in my head. I don't remember what day was what. But yes, you can edit them. I encourage you to modify carefully. Just remember to keep those elements the way they are, because I have that letter structured to follow a very proven psychological process that I have both tested for myself and have studied many copywriter greats and marketing greats of our time to put those together. So love it. So again, thank you all again for being here. I am celebrating today with the 3,500 mark because of you guys and gals who are here. And Mike asked, Adam, what's your Instagram? You're going to laugh at me. I'm not on there. I have been a bit of a doofus where I've kind of avoided these things. Like if you shoot me a message on Facebook, I don't monitor Facebook messages. They say, shoot me an email. Everyone that emails me, I channel my attention to provide the highest impact I possibly can to my community. And Mike says, no way. So the reason I don't monitor that is then I got to be scattered and going everywhere. But people who email me, I have it set up. I can do video replies. So many of you who've emailed me, who I've seen in the chat, I reply using a video response, or I'll type up a response for you, depending on time or if I'm on the fly. But I take care of people, and people that reach out with a question, I take the time to respond. I'll either point you in the direction of a video, I'll give you a personal response, or it'll influence a live. So I really like to keep things in one place. And one thing that I may be doing is moving into that into Instagram and stuff, maybe one of these days, simply to make it easier for people to find the videos and come find the channel. So we'll see. But as you can tell with how I do things, I'm not much for the way everybody does things. I give away all my training for free, and I'm not doing all the things that most people do. But hey, it's been fun because great people are joining this community because of that approach, and it's been a ton of fun. And seeing the chat fly up, and even seeing you guys banter with each other in the chat, just is a testament to the community that is growing in this channel, which is more fulfilling to me than anything. So thank you. Let's see if we got this. So I'm using Adobe Acrobat, Jeremy says, to get electronic signatures. It's so much easier than driving to different cities for a signature. It's worth it. Yes. So Jeremy, using Adobe Acrobat is powerful. There's tons. If you just look like electronic signature or contract company, there are a ton of platforms that will allow you to do electronic signatures. Use what works for you. And whatever it is, I'm not biased. Use what's easy. Use what's easy for your customers, and just be mindful. I know that I have some companies I've worked with that the mobile signature stuff is hard on their phone. So just make sure it's easy and they can sign things on their phone if they need to. All right. And doing a $500,000 insurance claim on a nightclub downtown. Jeremy, don't spend all your money at that nightclub after you win the deal. That's awesome. And my favorite place. So clearly they each know each other. All right, guys, thanks for being here. I'm glad to see you guys are all connecting, and maybe you'll see me on Instagram one day. If not, Facebook, I'll post here and there. It's the Roof Strategist, obviously. And the best place, honestly, to engage in this is here on the YouTube channel. Subscribe and then join the Insiders. Right now, I'm really active there, and I plan to continue to be active there. So pop into the Insiders here. There's a link just beneath a little description in the video. And again, you'll get a free copy of my ebook and some other goodies and a little surprise gift. A little surprise after you opt in. So again, thank you, everybody. I will see you tomorrow on another LockDown Live. And as we get closer to these coming to an end, I'll give you notice, let you know what's going on, and then we'll return back to some semblance of normalcy with more good stuff. So thank you all. I will see you tomorrow.